I unfortunately do not have too much experience with a lot of portable recorders. The only few that I have experience with that have XLR inputs are the Zoom H6 and the one that you mentioned, the Zoom PodTrak P4. For this entire response, I am recording the SM7b directly into the PodTrak P4. I have phantom power off. My level or my gain is set at about 6.5. I have no low cut filter. I have no limiter engaged, so we have plenty of gain on tap. I will go ahead and crank this up to 100%. This is how the SM7b sounds with the PodTrak P4 at 100%. I will even go ahead and speak softer. I will whisper. This has plenty of gain to drive the SM7b in my experience. I'll roll this back now. The one huge thing that I want to point out about the PodTrak P4 is the preamps. Yes, they have plenty of gain to drive the SM7b. However, they aren't the cleanest. So if you're looking for a super sterile and noiseless recording out of the SM7b, this is not going to offer that. That issue is going to compound on itself if you're using 4 SM7Bs and you have all 4 channels open at the same time, because that noise floor will just compound on each of those mics. But with one microphone, I really don't think it's the biggest deal. Last year, during fall season, I did some podcasts recording on my couch with a fireplace behind me. And I used the SM7b directly into the PodTrak P4. No cloud lifter, no fed head, no inline preamp. And they were a bit noisier, but I got 0 complaints. Because us as the individuals recording stuff, we are a lot more critical, and I wanted to see if anybody complained about it. Nobody did. So ultimately, the listener doesn't care too much, at least in my experience, even on this show, where people who listen to this show are hypercritical of audio. I didn't get any kind of complaints. Oh, I had to shut it off. The hiss was a few dB louder than usual. It's unacceptable. I didn't get a single one of those. The second thing you point out, or that you want, are sound pads recorded to a separate track. Yep, this should record those to a separate track. If I remember correctly, the way the PodTrak P4 records to the SD card, it records a stereo mix, but then it should record each of the tracks individually, so you can drop all of them into your DAW, and you can create your own mix. You would have mic 1, mic 2, mic 3, mic 4, and then your stereo sound pad. And what do we say about that? Exactly, we applaud them. No, it's not a joke. I just turned into Biden. Not a joke. I just did Biden with a Donald Trump accent. It's not a joke, China. Anyway, we have all of the sound. We have 4 sound pads, so not as thorough, not as many options as the Rodecaster Pro, but this is more than sufficient if you just have your podcast theme song and you have your outro, and then you want a few little musical cues. You want the applause, or you want the joke sound. So it offers all of that. And looking this up, this now goes for $150. It looks like you can get it used for $90 to $100. The only real drawback here is, number one, the preamps are a bit noisier, so if you're going in expecting dead silent recordings, you're not going to be getting it. The second, I didn't experience it today, but in the past, I had serious issues where maybe I'm using the wrong type of SD card, maybe I need to read the manual, but a couple of times it would freeze at about 30 seconds in, and then I would have to hard reset the device and start the recording again. And that is a very big issue, but I'm assuming that is user error using the incorrect type of sound card. So as far as your needs, as far as what you're searching for, a single microphone input with enough gain to drive the SM7b, with sound pads that record the mic and the sound pads to different tracks, and your budget of around $125, the P4 seems to fit the bill. I wish I had a different answer for you because it's boring just saying, yeah, what you were already looking at is the right answer, but there you go. Hopefully that was helpful. That sample, that test. Is it too I'll shut up and let you hear the noise floor. Is this too much hiss for you? Getting loud in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go, Zeke. Thank you very much for asking the question, and best of luck on deciding which one is right for you. I'm going to go back out to the beach and answer some more comments and record on the beach. Let's do that now. Next, we have a comment from Zeke. He says, "Hey, Bandrew, do you have any suggestions for portable recorders that could drive the SM7b? I only need one channel. Smart pads may be recorded to a separate track if that's possible. Would be nice, but not necessary. Basically a Rodecaster Uno with less sound pads, and I don't need effects. My budget is $125, but I might be willing to go more. I have considered the P4. Are there any other options? Apriya, Bandrew. Also, fancy signature SM7b you got there."